This is a syllabus video. So go into your orientation, and when you do, you'll notice that there is a syllabus and an academic integrity policy, which basically covers plagiarism, which we don't do. That's a no-no. It's illegal. All right, so my contact information is there if you need it. The Family Resource Center website is here. So this is anything student, learning coach related, you will find it here, right? You hopefully have seen it. Look at even our little UTVA song is on there by Miss Luann Charles. Information about who we are. Middle school. Okay, where's high school? Because we're in high school. Okay, well, here we go. Look at that. Class plan, finding your homework, navigating course content, submitting teacher graded assignments, how to check your grades, class recordings and exit tickets, get it done, discussions, all this great stuff. Oh, here's high school. Attendance information. Oh, look, this year you don't call if you're going to be absent. You simply click on that form link and fill that out. How nice is that? Oh, some technical support, how to update your time zone, how to set up your microphones, how to use the snipping tool. That one's so important. Disabling pop-up blockers. You ever go and try to get to a site and it won't work? Yeah, there might be a pop-up. So there's all kinds of great information on this source. Tech support. So let's say you're having some technical issues. This is the number you call. All right, here's our website, and there's that attendance excusal form. So it's all here in our syllabus. And what is a syllabus? It's the way we cover the bases and make sure you know what's expected of you and lets you know what to expect of me. It's a contract. Read through it quickly and then refer to it later if you have questions along the way. Contacting the teacher. So one thing you need to know is that my office hours and my help room are all during our live class, Thursdays from 2 to 3 p.m. So we'll meet in class and we'll have a moment together. And then basically, because everybody's working at their own pace, everybody's going to split off and do some work. And while everyone's working independently, that's a time where you can ask me questions. It is your responsibility to contact me with any questions you may have. Please don't wait until the last minute. When a question arises, ask it early. When you have questions, you may email, text, call, or send a private message to me in class. We meet together for 1 hour on Thursdays at 2 to 3 p.m. This is also when I hold office hours and provide help room assistance. Be sure to come to class when you need help and ask for it, please. Class activities, so discussions. This year, I'm trying something new. I took an online course this summer, and I loved the way we use discussions to share our progress on projects with each other and to answer each other's questions. These discussions in our classroom will be called critique forums in your content. You're going to post your homework and questions to a critique forum rather than submit to the Dropbox where only I get to see your work. So this is an opportunity to share with each other. You get to see what other students are turning in and give them some feedback and help answer each other's questions. You won't have those every week, so look for those in your plan. Course activities may include two-way communication. You need to check your email every single day, and you've got to reply to emails within 24 hours. This is standard email etiquette. Coming to class Thursdays, 2 to 3 p.m., and doing in-class assignments and quizzes. So when you come to class, there will be things that I ask you to do in class. You need to get your work done in class. If you can't make it to class, then you need to do this via recording style. Or if you look in the attendance folder for that day, I might just give you a summary and a list of things that I need you to get done. Downloading and working in the graphic arts software program Inkscape every single day. So I'm telling you what, if you don't like Inkscape, if you're not a fan, if you can't commit to doing it every day, then this probably won't be the class for you. You might not be successful. And we want every student to be successful here. So be honest with me if you just don't think that you'll be able to muster up the motivation to do Inkscape. then let's look into the option of getting you into a class where you will be able to be motivated and do the work and be successful. We'll do projects. I think there are just 2 in this class. And make sure that you use the rubric that's in the Dropbox when I post those project directions so that you earn full credit. You're going to watch and follow step-by-step video tutorials and a second window to complete assignments in Inkscape. So I really recommend that you get a second monitor. It's really easy. They have them at pawn shops. I'm pretty sure mine was only $10 at a pawn shop. You just have to buy a cord, hook it up to your laptop. It's super easy. There's videos on YouTube that'll show you how to hook up a second monitor. But anyway, the great thing about that is when your teacher has a video tutorial or you have your online textbook open or your lesson or your recording, you can have that open in a second window and be doing your work in the other window. So you're not constantly having to toggle back and forth. You also may have to read and follow step-by-step instructions to complete assignments. Saving, exporting, and submitting .svg Inkscape files and ping images to the Dropbox. So that sounds pretty technical, and it is, and it takes a minute to learn, but you'll do great. Participating in class critiques, where we evaluate the work of our peers. So those are those critique forums. Accepting constructive feedback and using it to refine and submit your work. So on those 2 projects, I will be giving you feedback. So don't be offended. I'm always looking for ways that everyone could do something to improve their work. So be looking for my feedback. All right, we're going to have quizzes, tests. I use those interchangeably. There's really no difference. So quiz, test, all the same. Projects, critiques, and self-reflection. So all quizzes and tests are automatically scored, so you get your feedback on those instantly, where projects and critiques have to be manually scored by me. Grade reporting, the assignments, projects, critiques will be graded within 3 school days of the due date. So if you turn it in on the first day and it's not due until Friday, please don't get frustrated when I haven't graded your work. Sometimes, I have a schedule, and I usually post things with due dates at a certain time, knowing, okay, those next 3 days, that's when I need to plug in and do some grading. So if I have any time during that week to grade your work, I will. But just know my life is cray, and I might not be able to grade that until those 3 days after the due date, when I've kind of in my mind have that in my plan. You will have a week to complete projects. That's awesome. So remember, there's only 2 of those, and you can look in the plan and see those. That plan video that's up above, yeah, that talked about that. And I'll start grading those projects after the due date. Grades will appear in your online gradebook. You can access it by clicking grades at the top of the page. Always remember my feedback on projects. Oh, always read it. Sorry. Read it and remember it. You are allowed and encouraged to refine and resubmit your work for full credit if you receive partial credit. So refinement is a part of the artistic process. I know no one likes to go back and do it again, or redo it, or add to it, or take away and then add. People just don't want to do that. They just want to get something done and turn it in. But art is a process. So if you can, learn that process of refinement, that's actually a really good skill to have. Getting help with classwork. This course is going to be challenging. When you encounter difficulty with the course content, first text me. I usually have my phone right with me, and that might be the fastest way to get a hold of me. Or call me, and just be like, hey, I'm in Inkscape right now. I've got a question. And that's a great way to get immediate help, okay? Also, I can be like, hey, you know what? I can't figure out how to help you over the phone. Let's jump in my classroom. And I can email you. Well, the link to my classroom is actually in my email closing. But you can just hop right into my classroom, and we can just figure out your problem from there. Because I can actually get on your screen and use your mouse and use your controls to figure out what's going on your end. So that's kind of cool. Next, come to class Thursdays from 2 to 3. If you need help, remember that's what we're talking about. I'll have some students sometimes who, like, it's sort of the end of the block and they're failing and they're like, I just can't figure this thing out. And I'm like, well, you've never asked me for help once in class. Like, I am constantly, asking students to make sure you ask any questions you might have, okay? So come to class. That's what I'm there for. That I'm there to help you. You can raise your hand or send a private message to get my attention in class. And if it's not an urgent thing, email me. But remember, emails sometimes it can take 24 hours. We do have that luxury of the 24-hour turnaround time with email. So if it's really important and it can't wait 24 hours, you definitely want to text or call. Post questions to the critique forum. So remember, we talked about having that forum, that discussion. If you can take a screenshot of what you're doing in Inkscape and save it and then upload it to that discussion critique forum and ask a question with it, you might have a peer who can answer the question for you, which would be really cool. I'd love to see you guys working together as a team like that. If you have an IEP or a 504, make sure that you email me right away and let me know. Please use the first week, and this is for everybody, to delve into the course to make sure it's a good fit for you. If it's not a good match, let me know. During the first week, we can generally get you switched into a different class, or if your counselor thinks you can afford to drop it. Also, email me and let me know. Okay. You can tell me the accommodation, modifications, things that you would like, and even if you don't have an IEP or a 504, but you know that you have like some of your own needs, feel free. Like, I've had a lot of students that have emailed me and said, I work 30 hours a week, so my schedule's a little bit crazy. Things like that. Make sure you contact me. Be proactive about that. Course policies, attendance. Although we only meet live once per week, you are still expected to log in to this course daily and complete the work that's outlined in the plan. You need to schedule an hour per day for this class. Follow the plan every single day. Turn your work in on time. Attendance is based on turning your work in on time. It's not based on bringing your body to class Thursdays. Let me change that. There we go. Thursdays, 2 to 3. If you physically show up for class but don't turn your work in, you're still absent. And your learning coach will be notified that you were absent to class if you don't complete the work we did in class within 24 hours. So for all you students out there that are like, oh, I can't come to the live class, just know that, we don't start paying attention for 24 hours, okay? If in 24 hours I don't see your work done, that means, okay, this student is not plugging in. They haven't watched the recording probably. They didn't attend the live class probably. And maybe you did attend the live class. Shoot, maybe you watched the recording, but guess what? You didn't do your work. And guess what? Grades are based on doing the work. So you can attend every live class. You can watch every recording, but if you don't do the work, you're going to fail the class. That's why. Classes are recorded, so if you miss live classes for any reason, watch the recording and complete any work we did in class within 24 hours to earn attendance credit. All right, so your daily responsibilities every time you enter the course. And before completing any classwork, read the announcements. I don't really post a lot of announcements on the actual course shell, but check your emails because if I have an announcement, that's where it's going to be. Review the plan. I do think that's important. I think you need to constantly be looking at your plan and looking at the week plan so that you can see how heavy your load is every day, because if you have a super heavy Wednesday, you might want to take some of those tasks that are on Wednesday and get them done early, like Monday and Tuesday, so that you're not too overwhelmed. So be thinking about how you can manage your time throughout your week. Complete all your lessons and assignments, both graded and non-graded, as indicated on the class plan before the end of the day. And before you log out of the course, make sure you've completed all the work for the day, including non-graded lesson work. Communication with teachers and classmates. Although you won't be able to send an email to other students, you'll be able to communicate through the critique forums within the course. So you're going to make some friendships with each other. Some things to keep in mind when communicating: respect the privacy and wishes of your fellow students. Flaming, spamming, bullying, or other unwanted contact, including inappropriate message, content, or attachments, will be considered a breach of this policy. Infractions may result in disciplinary action by the school administration. All right. So my friends, there's a lot more on here, but I think we've pretty much covered the most of it, okay? You can skim through the rest of that, and that is the syllabus video. Thank you for watching and listening.